Welcome back to Hard Times Kitchen, where we look to the past to make things harder on ourselves today. For this episode, we're going back to see what lessons we can learn from medieval peasants. No strangers to major health calamities, Black Death much. The peasants of Western Europe lived in small multi-family homes with a central fire for cooking. Most cooking was done in a single pot, and for most people their diet was largely vegetarian. Now, the most common dish from this period, particularly in England, is pottage. It would be eaten for breakfast or lunch, and it could also be dried into a cake and then rehydrated with beer. There were a number of different variations of this dish, and it's mainly a grain, which includes oats, barley, or buckwheat, mixed with whatever vegetables are available. The vegetables that were mainly available during that time were onions, turnips, cabbage, other types of lettuces, and then we also have things like fresh herbs and garlic that could be used for seasoning. Now, potatoes, corn, tomatoes, and peppers hadn't been introduced from the New World yet, so it's a little bit different than the kinds of soups and stews we're used to making today. Now, for my version, I also added in mushrooms, which would be foraged in the woods. They weren't actually cultivated during that period, and we're talking about approximately the period of the Black Death, so the late 14th century. I also used green peas, snap peas, and I chopped them up whole. And for my dish, which is a turnip pottage, I used the turnip greens to add a little bit of spiciness. The turnips, parsnips, which were used similarly to how we use carrots. They're a little bit less sweet, a little bit spicier, but I highly recommend trying cooking with them. Now, for my pottage, it's oats that I mixed in there. So let's take a look. Oh boy, it is a big gray mess of something, but I will tell you, it tastes good. Now, if we really want to get medieval and some of you want to trade, a quart of pottage for some butter or a loaf of bread, oh no, hit me up. My recipe is posted below. Let us know how it turns out. I highly recommend it. I did modernize it a little bit because I do not have the time or patience to make vegetable stock from scratch. Those of you that want to get adventurous and try that, you go right ahead, but I used commercial bouillon paste. But this is great. Highly recommend it. Delicious, easy. You can put whatever vegetables you want in it. So let us know how it turns out. Tag us in your pictures if you post them anywhere. And for the next episode, I'll be looking at the food that fueled a Roman army. I'm gonna eat some more pottage. I'll be eating this for a while. This recipe probably makes about 2 quarts of stew, so you'll be fueled up for a while.